Archangel Michael says, "Please open this immediately, because tonight there will be a shocking event in your home." You may think it is a normal night as usual, but be careful, because there is no peace in heaven right now. Your name is being whispered, and there is a fire in the wind that will not go out until you hear it. This is a request from realms you cannot see. Something astonishing is planned for tonight on your celestial timeline. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent for one purpose: to protect you from something approaching your door directly. You were chosen to hear this, which is why it reached you. Many people pass by without realizing they have encountered a miracle, but you did not pass by, you stopped. And if you do not read this with an open heart, you may pass by without ever understanding why the air grew heavy at midnight or why your soul felt an irrational electric current. Is it a coincidence that I am delivering this message to you right now? No, it is not. It is one of the divine laws of the universe in heaven. Yes, the law of attraction. You feel extremely lucky that I am sending you this message, don't you? Before moving on to the message, please like the video so that this message can reach other people, dear soul. You must also receive and accept the message with love. If you write "I have received and accepted it with love" in the comments and seal it with 1475, you will maintain the balance of giving and receiving. Don't forget to stay tuned and subscribe for our other messages. Says Archangel Michael. Now we can slowly move on to the message. And that loved one means heaven stopped for you too. I don't say this lightly, and I'm pleading with you to listen. Don't turn your head away, don't doubt, because this is the one message that has the power to change everything. Something spiritual is simmering in your home, and I need to tell you what it is before time runs out again. This message was sent to you before midnight because at midnight a visitor arrives, not a human being, but a ripple of energy, or revelation, a long-hidden truth. Before I tell you the whole story, take a moment to breathe and look around your room, then look beyond it. For right now, heaven is in your home, and angelic presence envelopes your walls like a shield of invisible fire. It may overwhelm your spirit if you are not ready, but if you are, it will bless your soul in a way you have never experienced before. If your heart races, that is not fear, rather, it is the part of your soul that remembers what it feels like to be under divine power. You may have forgotten, but your soul has never forgotten. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Subscribe now to stay up to date on the messages God and the archangels are trying to get to you before it's too late. God saw the storm on your path, a spiritual storm that appears to be an argument, a betrayal, a secret, or a deep confusion entering your space. But tonight, the heavens want to turn it around. The unseen world is so powerful because it moves in silence, weaving through conversation, mood swings, dreams, sudden phone calls, and energy that feels strange but inexplicable. You don't have to pay for blessings, but your ability to stay ahead of what the enemy tries to hide from you depends on your ability to stay in this divine frequency. God made it very clear to me, saying, there is a spirit of confusion circling someone in your household, trying to create misunderstanding between you and someone you deeply care about. And tonight, that energy is set to enter your space unless heaven interrupts it through you. You are the gateway. Your heart is the key. You are not just the recipient of this message, you are the activator of a miracle, the protector of your own destiny. There is tension in the air because of this. That explains your recent uneasiness. You have unshakable dreams because of this. It goes beyond stress. It's more than simply fantasy. It's a heavenly warning, an effort to thwart what was supposed to be your blessing. However, I'm now standing by your side to stop it. There will be a change in you tonight at a certain time. Some of you could experience a sudden chill in your chest, a sound, or a breeze inside. That isn't arbitrary. This indicates that spiritual energy is present and traveling through your surroundings. You have to speak up. I declare peace, light, and truth in this home in the name of God and Archangel Michael. You must pronounce, even if it feels odd. You were made with spiritual authority, but most people forget that. I'm here to remind you tonight because something hidden is going to come to light. It could be a conversation you overhear, or it could be a text that surprises you. Let only love enter, and let every hidden enemy be exposed and removed. Don't underestimate the weight of your voice. Heaven reacts to it. Darkness fears it. There may be a sudden visit, a confession, or a decision that shakes your world, but don't be afraid of it. Don't curse the shock, and embrace it because it's meant to deliver, not destroy. Someone close to you may have been hiding something, but not always with malice. Sometimes people conceal the truth because they believe it will protect you. However, God says that you deserve the truth in full light, and that person's spirit is heavy and they can no longer bear that burden. Tonight, the divine verdict will be delivered, and they will say it. When they do, you must react calmly, not furiously, wisely, and not impulsively. There is a divine surprise coming along with the shock, so it's not all heavy. In fact, if your heart is open, this message may turn into your miracle night, where someone who doubted you will suddenly start to believe in you again, and someone who walked away will consider coming back. Because how you react will determine what happens next. Yes, beloved, this isn't random. You may find yourself wanting to cry at random tonight, but in order for this to unlock, you must be spiritually awake tonight, expect the unexpected, and welcome it with grace. Tears are not a sign of weakness, rather, they are a sign to heaven that your soul is listening, that your spirit is opening up to the divine, and that your home is prepared to receive the protection and revelation that was written in your spiritual contract long before you were born. Prophecy is taking place, and by reading thus far, you've already opened the door. Your home is now a spiritual vessel rather than a mere physical location, and the walls surrounding you are vibrating with truth. In the divine realm, there are no coincidences, only divine timings. You were seen, you were noticed, you were chosen, and now the spotlight of protection, truth, and clarity is shining directly on your home. You may feel like crying at random tonight, but don't worry, it's not weakness. This message that is reaching you now, just before what's scheduled to happen tonight, is proof that your name has been whispered in the courts of heaven. Yes, beloved, this isn't random, this is prophecy unfolding. They are a signal to heaven that your soul is listening, that your spirit is opening to the divine, and that your home is ready to receive the protection and revelation that was written in your spiritual contract long before you were born. Your home is no longer merely a physical place, it is now a spiritual vessel, and the walls surrounding you are vibrating with truth. In the divine realm, there are no coincidences, only divine timings, and the fact that this message is reaching you at this very moment, just before what is set to happen tonight, is evidence that your name has been whispered in the courts of heaven. I must tell you something important. The person who has been praying for you from the other side is here tonight. They are someone you loved, someone who crossed over, and someone whose soul could never rest because they still had hope for your story. You were seen, noticed, and chosen. Now, the spotlight of protection, truth, and clarity is shining directly on your home. Their message is this: don't let the past haunt you when the future is calling you higher. You are stronger than they ever knew. They have seen your silent suffering and your tears behind closed doors. Tonight, they are standing close to you spiritually, giving you the strength to face what lies ahead, not with fear but with power. You've been acting as though you can handle the pressure that has been building in your life, but heaven sees the cracks, the times when you pretend to smile while your soul trembles, and that fake strength you wear so well is no longer your only option. Tonight, the divine presence is giving you real peace, real protection, and real release. You might feel like you're losing control of your finances, relationships, or mental clarity, but that's precisely why this moment was created. This shaking isn't meant to break you, it's meant to wake you up. If you accept it, if you say it aloud, everything can change before morning. A secret, a confession, a change in someone's energy, that feeling you can't explain, that's not in your head, it's spiritual friction. Something that's been buried too long is about to come to the surface. What's coming into your home tonight has been circling your spiritual field for days, maybe weeks. You've questioned someone's actions, but you've never had all the evidence. That person's mask may start to come off tonight. Don't freak out or react angrily, just pay attention. God is revealing what has been hidden, not to embarrass you but to prepare you so that you can make decisions based on reality rather than fiction. The divine doesn't reveal things to break hearts, rather, it reveals them to heal them, and you, dear soul, deserve long-lasting healing. Tonight, a small choice will have a big impact. It could be a message you send, a conversation you allow, a door you lock, or a prayer you whisper. One action could open or close a door to something that changes your life. Don't ignore your gut feelings, they are angel-activated and not random. I must also warn you with love that there has been a lie about you, a word spoken in the shadows that was intended to distort someone's perception of you. Pay attention to your body, to the sudden chills, to the urge to move from one room to another. These are not coincidences, they are the nudges of the divine spirit trying to reroute the danger before it lands. You were never meant to remain low because someone couldn't handle your light, but God is not letting it stand. The truth is coming out, and the person who believed the lie will see it with their own eyes. When they do, they will come to you with regret rather than pride. Unless a divine rescue operation is underway, Archangel Michael does not appear in this manner. This is precisely what is happening, a rescue of your peace, a rescue of your name, a rescue of your future timeline, and yes, it is urgent because the enemy has been preparing to cause confusion in your family tonight. Speak this aloud: God, I accept your protection. Archangel Michael, stand at every doorway of my house tonight. No weapon formed against me or my household shall prosper. Something will try to divert you tonight, whether it be a text, a phone call, a mood swing, or an old memory. This message, however, is your spiritual override. The angels will be moving things around you, and you may see flashes of light or feel presences you can't explain. That's confirmation, not fear, so don't let yourself get caught up in it. That distraction isn't random, it's meant to keep your attention away from what you need to feel in the spirit. Say thank you when it occurs. You'll feel their energy stronger tonight than ever before. They've been afraid to approach, uncertain if you'd accept them, but after tonight's shift, you might be shocked at how quickly they reach out. It means the divine operation is working. Someone is silently observing you and appreciating your strength. They don't say much, but they see you clearly. If you are brave enough to remain open after the shock, God says your heart is about to get a new beginning. Tonight, your bedroom is assigned a golden light, a glow from the higher realms. If you say thank you before bed, even if you're exhausted, that light will wrap your spirit like a blanket, and you might wake up at an odd hour. Don't doubt that love is possible. Keep a note close at hand. You might receive a name, a sign, a date, or an instruction that seems insignificant but could lead to your next big breakthrough. Please don't ignore it. If you feel the need to clean your space tonight, do it. Light something. Wash your hands in prayer. That's not insomnia. That's visitation. That's revelation. Speak peace into the corners of your room. This isn't superstition, it's preparedness. The energy of the message, the energy of truth, the energy of miracles, must be matched by the energy of the house. The shock could appear as someone withdrawing, or it could sound like an agonizing confession. This night, heaven has decided, is your turning point. A golden light has been assigned to your bedroom tonight, a glow from the higher realms. If you say thank you before bed, even if you're exhausted, that light will wrap your spirit like a blanket, and you might wake up at an odd hour. It may feel like a dream you weren't expecting, but behind it is your freedom. Behind it is your next blessing. Keep a note close at hand. You might receive a name, a sign, a date, or an instruction that seems insignificant but could lead to your next big breakthrough. Please don't ignore it. If you feel the need to clean your space tonight, do it. Light something. Wash your hands in prayer. That's not insomnia. That's visitation. That's revelation. Speak peace into the corners of your room. This isn't superstition, it's preparedness. The energy of the message, the energy of truth, the energy of miracles, must be matched by the energy of the house. The shock could appear as someone withdrawing, or it could sound like an agonizing confession. Heaven has decided that this night is your turning point. Yes, I will continue now. Keep your eyes on me because every word that is yet to come has been pressed upon my spirit with divine urgency. It may feel like a dream you weren't expecting, but behind it is your freedom. Behind it is your next blessing. You were never meant to live in confusion. Heaven has not yet finished speaking into your home. The sound of angel wings is filling the air around you, and the breath of God Himself is permeating every nook and cranny of your being. Before this night's mission is finished, there is still more to be revealed and more for your heart to hear. They celebrate others more loudly than they celebrate you, and you've noticed the subtle changes in tone and the lack of joy in their eyes when you succeed, but you've kept your mouth shut because you believe it's better not to cause a stir. I need to tell you something very specific. There is someone who is spiritually jealous of you. The divine twist is that you don't have to cut this person off with bitterness, you just need to change your energy, and they'll sense it. Heaven says no more pretending you don't notice, not because you have to confront them with anger, but because you need to shield your spirit from low frequencies that delay your ascension. And those who are not supposed to stay will quietly leave, and those who are supposed to rise with you will adjust. In any case, your peace will grow. Tonight is a sacred night. It's not about getting even, but about vision, the vision God is giving you back. You lost it a little, you forgot who you were becoming, but now heaven is placing that mirror back in front of you. You will remember, you will rise, but first the veil must be torn. I have another delicate thing to say. There is a connection in your life that isn't what it seems, someone whose smile conceals a motive, someone whose energy fluctuates too quickly, someone whose support seems erratic, someone who has talked about you when you weren't present, and soon that truth will be revealed. However, there is a blessing that has been trying to reach you, but your spiritual atmosphere has been clouded by distractions. Don't beg them to stay. Don't mourn what heaven is taking away. You've outgrown some energies. It's not pride, it's progress. Don't shrink for the comfort of those who were never meant to walk with your upgraded self. As you read this, Archangel Michael is clearing the fog, the blockage is removing, the weight in your chest is releasing, and if you sit in silence tonight, even for 3 minutes, you will feel lighter, freer, and clearer. Every time you were about to gain clarity, something emotional would hit you. This wasn't just bad luck, it was spiritual interference. Something that has been stuck will move after that. Keep an eye out for a call, an unexpected message, or a name you haven't heard in a while. These are not coincidences, they are divine echoes. Pay attention to them. Your dreams may be intense tonight, don't dismiss them. One of them will contain a repeating symbol, number, or color. That's your sign, that's the key. That dream might even contain a voice, the voice of a loved one you lost, or the voice of an angel speaking in a form you can comprehend. Don't ignore your feelings. Heaven is playing a song through your emotions, and your soul is being tuned like an instrument. Let it flow through you. You may also feel like crying tonight, but not because you're sad, but because you're letting go. Heaven is clearing your energy field of things that don't belong there. You're being prepared for a new relationship, a more substantial financial reward, and yes, at last, a moment of lasting peace. No more spiritual emergency alerts, no more survival mode. Now listen carefully. Someone has been thinking about you a lot. You may not be aware of how much power your presence still has over them. They have tried to forget you and replace your energy, but your spirit is imprinted on theirs, and the moment will soon come when they will reach out. Tonight is about shifting into alignment, not fear. You're waiting for a sign from heaven to tell you if you're on the right path, and this is it. This message, these words, were arranged by heaven's hand to reach you at the precise moment your soul would be most open. Ask God to guide your response when they do, not because they're lonely, but because they've realized no other connection could mirror what they felt with you. Angels are changing the environment around you as you read. If you stop and pay attention, you'll notice that there's a light pressure on your skin, a coolness in the room, and a slight electric feeling inside your chest. This isn't anxiety, it's presence, it's power. Some blessings have passed over others, but they will land on your name. Some gifts awaited you because you weren't ready, but now you're ready. You've grown up, you've experienced enough, you've cried enough, and God says, now I trust you with the thing I held back before. That thing could be resources, love, or purpose, but it's sacred and already on its way to you. If your body tells you to clean a room, throw away old clothes, or rearrange furniture, don't be surprised. That's not restlessness, rather, it's spiritual readiness, your soul creating space for the miracle that's about to happen. When it does, don't wonder how it happened so quickly, just say thank you. Some blessings have passed you by, but they will come to you. Some gifts waited because you weren't ready, but now you are. You've grown up, you've experienced enough, you've shed enough tears, and God says, now I trust you with the thing I held back before. That item could be resources, love, or purpose, but it's precious and already on its way to you. Don't be surprised if your body tells you to clean a room, get rid of old clothes, or rearrange furniture. This isn't a sign of restlessness, rather, it's a sign of spiritual readiness, where your soul is preparing for the miracle that is about to happen. When it does, don't wonder how it happened so quickly, just express gratitude. A message will be waiting for you tomorrow as well. Something written or spoken will bring many pieces together, and you'll say, now I understand why that happened. Someone is ready to confess something they thought they'd never confess. Your clarity will feel like God opened a window particularly for you, and you'll stop doubting and condemning yourself. Please keep this in mind before I continue. The greatest miracles happen in silence. There are no loud alarms or fireworks, only a slight change, a tiny door creaking open, or a whisper inside that something is different now. That's the sign. Keep an eye out for it. Yes, I will continue now. Take a deep breath because what follows is a part of your soul's awakening. Your soul knows this is not entertainment, this is intervention. The pressure you feel in your chest right now, the slight heat behind your eyes, it's not just emotion, it's alignment. Your spirit is syncing with something bigger than what the world can explain, which is why your body is reacting and why you're still reading. Remember that you were never the antagonist in your tale, and even though it can feel like a wound reopening tonight, don't be scared of it. It's a memory that needs to be reinterpreted, not to cause you pain again, but to release you. An ancestor, a grandparent, a parent, or an older person who loved you deeply is closer to you tonight than you can imagine. Even when others made you feel like you were learning, surviving, and holding on, you are now entering the version of yourself that doesn't need to apologize for how strongly you sense, how deeply you feel, or how divinely you move through the world. Since you were a child, they have walked with your spirit, and tonight they are communicating with you through signs. You might see a number that keeps coming up, like 111, 44, or 77. You might hear their favorite song, or you might smell something that makes you think of them. These signs are genuine, and their message is straightforward. You are not alone, not even for a second. You are not weak, you are not unlucky, you are anointed, and that is why life has tested you the way it has. Some people wonder how you keep getting back up after being broken, and the answer is that God built your resilience into your spiritual DNA. There is someone who has plotted against you, whether it was out of jealousy, covert rumors, or a covert attempt to turn people away from you, but the plan failed. That's why the spiritual attacks have been so targeted. But guess what? You're still here, still reading, still rising. That's what power looks like. I must reveal something deeper. In the coming days, you will hear or sense the unraveling of that person's scheme. Do not rejoice in their downfall. Instead, whisper, God, I see your hand. Heaven blocked it, not because you saw it. You do not need to fight back with your hands. God already fought it in spirit. Tonight is your victory. If you're feeling exhausted, disoriented, or even unsure of why you're reading this, keep in mind that your spirit brought you here. This wasn't merely curiosity, it was divine orchestration. And as you read these words, Archangel Michael is standing at your doorway's threshold, wielding a sword of divine truth, clearing your space of confusion and stifling the voices that have attempted to inundate your mind. They are remembering you tonight, not just with nostalgia but with an inexplicable ache, and they are realizing your worth too late. That tightness in your chest, that mental fog, that's what's being cleared right now. There was someone who once made you feel invisible, who put others before you, who treated your energy like an option. However, that doesn't mean that reconciliation is impossible, it just means that you need to use wisdom now. You've outgrown those games and your worth is no longer negotiable. What comes next needs to align with your new vibration. And yes, God sees that too. Your finances have felt tight, uncertain, and frustrating. God delayed it because He didn't want you to waste it on people or situations that didn't deserve access to your blessing, but now that you've grown and let go of some old attachments, the gates are starting to open. This isn't because you're cursed, though, rather, it's because something bigger is being stored up for a bigger release. If you clean your mirror before you go to sleep, look into your own eyes and say, I receive clarity. I release fear. I am protected. I am chosen. Your words will reverberate louder than you can imagine. You may expect a divine transfer shortly, a check, an opportunity, and a yes where there used to be only tonight. Additionally, there is someone who has been feigning support while secretly competing with you. The divine is exposing them not to make a scene but to allow you to finally walk in your own power without acting as though you're okay with being underestimated. You will wake up tomorrow morning feeling different, lighter, more certain, and more aware of what is real and what must go. Your elevation will reveal their insecurity, and that's not your fault, it's your calling. You might soon receive an invitation, small or unexpected, but if your spirit feels at peace, accept it. A divine appointment awaits you on the other side, and someone who possesses a piece of your purpose will come across your path. I sense the energy rising in your space now, and it's getting stronger. That means the angelic presence is settling. That means the shift is happening. Even as you read this, you're not imagining this. Don't second-guess yourself and miss that moment. Heaven is now coordinating things with divine precision. Trust the flow. The divine is revealing someone who has been feigning support while secretly competing with you, not to make a scene but to allow you to finally walk in your own power without acting as though you're okay with being underestimated. Your house is receiving something sacred because you didn't scroll past, all because your soul whispered stay. Your elevation will reveal their insecurity, and that's not your fault, it's your calling. You might soon receive an invitation, small or unexpected, but if it makes you feel more at ease, accept it because a divine appointment is waiting on the other side. Heaven is now orchestrating things with divine precision, so trust the flow. I sense the energy rising in your space now, getting stronger, which means the angelic presence is settling. Don't second-guess yourself because someone who holds a piece of your purpose is going to cross your path. I'll go on now because what is coming is sacred and heaven isn't done pouring this into you yet. That means the shift is happening even as you read. You're not imagining this. Your room is changing. Your house is receiving something sacred. All because you didn't scroll past. Your soul whispered, stay. What you are experiencing in your bones right now is memory, not from this lifetime, but from a previous one, and you are absorbing divine frequencies. Your soul is drawing from the wells of prophecy, and every sentence is realigning your future. This is soul-telling, not storytelling. You were always meant to remember who you were in times like these. The energy of delay, confusion, and sabotage that was sitting at your door is being cleared, but what replaces it depends on how you react in the spirit tonight. As I go on, I want you to understand something important. A change in your timeline is taking place tonight that has the potential to alter the next 5 years of your life. This is your time to speak life over your home. Heaven will seal it if you open your mouth and say, I choose peace. I choose clarity. I choose divine alignment. However, if you keep quiet, some benefits can still elude you. If you feel guided, just stand at your doorway and say in a whisper, "This house is God's." Here, darkness is not welcome. As soon as you say that, Archangel Michael and his angels will mark your threshold, surround your house while you sleep tonight, and drive out any doubt, stress, fear, or betrayal that has been trying to hide in the corners. You might also notice physical changes. Every shadow must flee. Don't be afraid if something falls and there's a sudden loud noise or a flicker in the lights. It's your spirit feeling what your eyes can't yet see. Something that has been sitting heavy in your surroundings is being cast out, and you might even feel your body tremble a little or get goosebumps when you walk through certain rooms. It's not just insomnia, it's spiritual nudging. Your soul has been hearing the whispers before your mind could translate them. Trust the feeling. Trust that you are being protected in ways you cannot even understand. There is a divine reason why your sleep has been interrupted lately. You wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning and are unable to explain why your mind feels restless. This message is the response to the spiritual call you didn't even realize you sent, and God has been trying to speak to you quietly and gently night after night. Let me tell you what happens next. Your name is being whispered with favor somewhere in a room you haven't yet entered. Heaven has been working in the background, so the delay was divine because what is coming to you now will not be something temporary. Rather, it will be rooted, secure, and in line with your purpose. Someone is considering you for an opportunity, an offer, or a change you didn't even apply for. It will feel sudden, but it's not. Don't be shocked if someone you haven't spoken to in a while shows up out of the blue. They may bring an apology, tears, and clarity. You may be unsure whether to accept them or reject them. Here's your response. Pay attention to how your body responds when you see their name. Your spirit will know the truth. If it feels heavy, leave in peace. The presence in your home tonight will last through the early hours of the morning. If your spirit feels awake, don't rush to sleep. Instead, sit in silence, light a candle, journal, pray, or do whatever your practice is. This is because something is being poured into your spiritual body, something you'll need for the next chapter, a new level of discernment, a new wave of spiritual strength. However, if something feels still, calm, or divinely orchestrated, accept it with open arms. When it comes to love, there is a new person whose heart is being drawn toward yours. You may not know them yet, or perhaps you have only sensed their energy, but they are in tune with your frequency. They are not here to waste you or break you, but rather to create something sacred with you. Your soul is getting ready to receive these blessings, which you once believed you would never be ready for. In order to avoid rejecting their love out of old fear, old wounds are rising to be cleared. Yes, they will come and it will feel easy, calm, and pure, no games, no back and forth, just flow, and you will say, "Now I understand why the wait was so long," when they finally enter your life. It's worth it. Tonight, your spiritual posture is linked to a financial breakthrough as well. Your heart has been seen by God. How you've made an effort to be true despite your shortage. The way you shared what you had. The manner in which you maintained your kindness even when it didn't result right away. You can't hide a heart like that forever. Your name is being used to prepare a miraculous transaction. Unexpected money, a debt being paid off, or a fresh source of revenue. Keep an eye on the events over the next 7 days. It won't need to be forced. It will happen. At midnight, the angels won't leave your home. Until the energy has completely changed, they will remain. This implies that you will have power in your dreams tonight. In your sleep, you can feel as though someone is softly stroking your arm or sitting on the edge of your bed. Do not panic. Fear isn't that. A visitation, that is. A celestial being alerting you to their presence. When you wake up, express thanks. Say thank you aloud. You are unaware of the spiritual weight of your remarks. Additionally, leave if someone tries to quarrel with you tomorrow. The test is that nothing would please the enemy more than to re-enter the old cycle of drama, uncertainty, and defense. However, it is no longer the case. You've entered a new season. Tonight, your spiritual posture is linked to a financial breakthrough as well. Your heart has been seen by God. How you've made an effort to be true despite your shortage. The way you shared what you had. The manner in which you maintained your kindness even when it didn't result right away. You can't hide a heart like that forever. Your name is being used to prepare a miraculous transaction. Unexpected money, a debt being paid off, or a fresh source of revenue. Keep an eye on the events over the next 7 days. It won't need to be forced. It will happen. At midnight, the angels won't leave your home. Until the energy has completely changed, they will remain. This implies that you will have power in your dreams tonight. In your sleep, you can feel as though someone is softly stroking your arm or sitting on the edge of your bed. Do not panic. Fear isn't that. A visitation, that is. A celestial being alerting you to their presence. When you wake up, express thanks. Say thank you aloud. You are unaware of the spiritual weight of your remarks. Additionally, leave if someone tries to quarrel with you tomorrow. The test is that nothing would please the enemy more than to re-enter the old cycle of drama, uncertainty, and defense. However, it is no longer the case. You've entered a new season. You live in a time of calm, silence, and paranormal defense. Your loudest response should be to be at ease. Sure, I'll go on now. Hold on, for these words are revealing something amazing. Even though you don't fully comprehend it yet, you can already feel the stirrings deep within. This goes beyond simple guidance. This is a sacred download, preparation. And you'll come to understand that tonight wasn't a coincidence the more you let these words sink into your heart. It was a miraculous arrangement to change your whole course. What your spirit already knows, let me tell you. You have been engaged in a conflict that has not been against individuals. It's not been about loneliness, failure, or money. Your light has been the subject of a spiritual conflict. The opponent made an effort to persuade you that you were forgotten, ignored, and abandoned. Heaven, however, says no. According to heaven, your name is still engraved in gold. You were only postponed till the surroundings were secure, not rejected. The assault on your confidence will stop tonight. You're being launched in addition to being safeguarded. Your silence was misinterpreted by someone in your life. They assumed you were weak since you didn't defend yourself. They were unaware, however, that your silence was a source of strength. God was fighting that war for you. You were picking grace over retaliation, peace over conflict. The roles are now being reversed. Heaven lifted your name, not because you raised your voice. The people who questioned you will be humbled in the days ahead when they witness a change in your surroundings. You won't even need to acknowledge that I informed you. Your tranquility will speak for you. Now, let me talk about your house. Your home's very air is altering. There were traces of nervousness. Shadows of sorrow that weren't yours. Some of it came from memories that were still reverberating in the walls, while others were picked up from guests. However, warrior angels have just entered your space thanks to Archangel Michael. They are putting shields in corners, strolling through your hallways, and raising the frequency. If you feel like lighting a candle or opening a window, don't be shocked. Your spirit is reacting to the purification in that way. Doubt was sown in your soul by someone you once trusted. Although they gave the impression that they were on your side, their demeanor belied that. They depleted you without your knowledge. Finally, you can see it now. Tonight is so potent because of this. Because you're awake now, not just sheltered. That kind of dimming of your light will never happen again. You've climbed because you've learned, not because you're frigid. What you need to know is this. Something will attempt to divert your focus before the week is out. A person from the past, an old memory, or an old error. But pay attention to me. There is nothing fresh to say about what's behind you. The future is beckoning, and it uses miracles to communicate. Don't let what's gone go. Now you're creating something sacred. If you want to reap tomorrow's harvest, don't till yesterday's land. The purpose of tonight's speech was to awaken your inheritance as well as to warn you. Inheritance, indeed. Something was supposed to run in your family. Through generations of suffering and quiet, God buried a gift, a power, and a purpose. However, heaven decided to restore it because of you. Your road has become more difficult as a result. You felt heavier as a result. You never simply went about your existence. You were disrupting cycles. You now have the opportunity to construct something new. Your adoptive, spiritual, or born offspring will have an easier time of it because to what you're unleashing tonight. You are the one who ends the anguish. This is when the fear stops. And legacy, power, love, and peace that multiplies are what start tonight. Heaven says you're ready, even if you don't feel competent. Ready is a state of submission rather than perfection. You allowed heaven to complete what it began the instant you allowed this message to enter your heart. A financial confirmation is on the way in the form of a sign, and tonight God is saying, I am faithful to complete the good work I began in you. Someone may mention a number to you. Your account can show an unexpected amount. You might be presented with something you didn't seek. Open your hands and accept it. It is a component of the prize. No, there is still time. Heaven doesn't use clocks to determine time. It gauges it by readiness. And now you're prepared. If you have the one to write tonight, do so. Let your spirit communicate with heaven, even if it's just a line. Simply saying, I'm here. I'm listening, is enough to send a vibration through the spirit realm, alerting all assigned angels that their child is awake. Deliver what was postponed. You might have been the black sheep, the one no one understood, the one who felt like they had to bear more than others, but heaven claims that was the mark of the chosen, and now your story is becoming the model that others will follow, so you won't have to explain yourself anymore. If you feel something touch your shoulder tonight, feel pressure on your bed when no one is around, or hear your name whispered softly as you go to sleep, that's what divine timing looks like. Your peace, your glow, your miracles will speak for you. Watch how things begin to fit together like puzzle pieces you weren't even trying to solve. Now, beloved soul, rest in the knowledge that heaven has spoken directly to your spirit. Know that this is not imagination, that it is presence. That is the angel assigned to your home making themselves known. Don't panic, just say I receive your guidance. Thank you for protecting me. That's all they'll understand. Let tonight be the night that you say yes to peace, yes to clarity, and yes to the divine path that is unfolding just for you. The angels are still with you and will not leave until the blessing land. What was meant to harm you has been transformed into light, and what was hidden is now being revealed. You are safe, seen, and prepared. If even one truth in this message resonated with your heart before you left, don't let this be the last time heaven reaches you. Subscribe today to remain up to date on the divine wisdom meant for your name. Miracles are on your way, and the next message could be the one that makes all the difference.